thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
In wake of Raphael's departure, a new field researcher arrives from a public event.
Segueing from where you guys are at the moment, I kind of want to know what's the process once a family contacts you guys.
You know, another way I would say about the newbies is like, as long as you don't
shit your pants and run off screaming, you're fine. And she is absolutely amazing. I definitely approve of her.
The team revisits where it all started.
How you feel, brother?
I'm extremely sleepy.
Grandparents' house, built, I don't know when. Long was it built before yours? After.
The next case takes the team on an endeavor at a location not previously known to have been investigated.
Sedana's here. This is her shadow case.
My name is Sedana. I am super excited to be here. Very honored to be able to be a part of this group.
It's at an old opera house. This should be really cool.
I've never done any sort of investigation at an opera house, so I'm really excited.
The opera house was built in 1899, and what they're doing is they're turning it into an antique store.
The bottom part is the opera house, and the top two are apartments.
So we love our unique locations, keep things kind of diverse.
I believe our crew tonight is a little bigger, and I think it will work out just fine.
Hey, how are you? Eric, Paranormal Endeavors.
Joe.
It's been speakeasy. It's been a country and western bar. But I felt like somebody was behind me, and I got goosebumps. And that's happened a couple times here.
I haven't ventured into it. I lifted it up and poked my head in there when we first bought it.
Of course, the topic came up of we should send someone down there.
And that was scary. Not gonna lie.
You braving it, girl?
Yeah, it deserves a freaking cookie after this.
There you go.
Okay.
Like, verify what...
They're verifying exactly what we were told. That's definitely the tunnel. It's got to go under the street.
A sudden turn of events has evidence pointing towards murderous activity of the past.
Three of you?
There's like an instant wall, like literally 5 feet in front of us, so we can't see as well. Unless we go in there. Alright, we're gonna go forward a little bit to explore to see what's behind that wall.
Is your body in the tunnel?
It blinked. It blinked.
Is your body down there?
I'm picking up on something happening down there.
Yeah.
Right. We started getting some vibes and different things, and some of the instruments were agreeing with it, that there was something of a criminal activity that happened here.
Were there two? Oh, yeah. There was two of them.
Mm-hmm. Did one die, or did both of you pass away? Both of you get killed down there?
Both did.
Yeah.
Both did.
They're real strong.
Eric and I went back down into the tunnel area, but we did end up doing a prayer. There's still a lot that needs to be done.
The angels will know better than us what is needed. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
India, this is it
Sedona.
Sedona, okay. Very good. So with Raffi and Jeff recently stepping down in Chapter 6, we really needed to have another field researcher. We really have 2 positions open now. So we have Crystal, who recently joined as case manager assistant. So we have that, which has been longly attempted to be filled. So luckily we have that now out of the way, and she's with us.
And she is absolutely amazing. I definitely approve of her. It's kind of like we're like long lost sisters coming back to reunite kind of thing.
Yeah, I met her at the public event that we recently had, and she had an interest in joining.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, I do. I'm segueing from where you guys are at the moment. I kind of want to know what's the process once a family contacts you guys with questions and stuff like that. Kind of what's the process that goes through that to, you know, from start to finish to help them out?
So initially we'll get our leads various different ways. I would say over 60% of them come through paranormalsocieties.com. And there, Bill Wilkinson, he sends them over if he finds Iowa cases or those, because he knows kind of where I'm looking at. We don't really want to go all the way to Florida for, you know, very often. We have, but right once.
We'll be ready to shadow us on that one, see how it is then in the field with us, and then if it's still like, oh, wonderful, you know, what do I always say about the newbies? It's like, as long as you don't
Shit your pants and run off screaming, you're fine.
Yeah, don't tinkle yourself. Don't, yeah. So the joke was wear brown pants the first time you go on a case of them. At least they'll blend in.
There you go. I think it's a good fit. I think it's a good fit. Well, I'd spent the past 2 years, it was just like, I wish I just had equipment so I could just prove the stuff I've been experiencing anyways. And then to have you guys standing in front of me, I was just like, oh, wait, it's there, it's attainable. So, yeah. Interested in exploring. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited to be here. And these guys are a really well put together team.
Because we have a lot in common already for just first meeting each other, and we have pretty much the same general ideas and beliefs on most things.
And then she approached us after the event and asked how to join, the steps for doing that.
The entire time that this team was up there talking, I knew I wanted to get to know them more, spend some more time with them, see how they work as a unit.
Meet you and
definitely
enjoy your endeavor with us. So, yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
All my friends, they've seen stuff.
Well, thanks for having us over.
It's really peaceful there. It's a really neat place. Getting some family energies, things like that.
Hello, how are you? It's been a while. This is Jarrett. This is a new guy since we last hung out.
So it's been forever. How have you guys been?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good, good. I like the new addition. I almost got confused coming in because I was like, where do I go? And then I realized, I was like, oh, there's the kitchen. Okay, I recognize that. So looks good. How have things been energy-wise? Are you still getting visits from Debbie or?
Not really for sure since we've added on to the house. Like it seems like it's kind of been different lately. Over here over the last couple of years.
Yeah. So, alright, well, thank you. Remember Grandpa's story? You seen that white light coming through, and that's what it imitated because it seemed like it was just this brightest white ectoplasm that we had caught at that time. Up to date, that was the brightest we've seen.
Yep.
And so that was another take that we took at the time.
I know.
So,
well, and that's, like I said, from a witch's point of view, that makes sense. It's when someone dies alone and doesn't cross.
Yeah.
They tend to create. That's why there's a lot of times it'll just show up in a graveyard. It's the distress that creates the thickness.
Yeah.
That's why we feel heaviness when we go to some of these places. When we walk into a room and we feel this cobwebby heaviness. It's the distress.
So we'll be happy to check that out here a little bit later tonight. We're going to the Mid-South Paranormal Convention today, taking you finally with us.
After all these years talking about it.
Right. So hopefully I'll have fun with that and come back tonight and then see what's going on here.
They got lunch here. It's 4 p.m. Alright, we got like...
I remember when I knew you, like when you were 16, 15, something like that. Yeah, I knew him when he was 13. But yeah, gaming buddies. It's cool. Finally get to meet up. Like 10, 11 years in the making. 2008 to, about 10 years. Yeah. Anyway, well, we're here at Mid-South Paranormal Conference 2017. Just kind of chilling. Then Jarrett's over there. Jarrett, wave. Anyway, so we're just walking around doing our thing, and then we're gonna go to his place later and see what ghosts are going on there. Maybe do a cleansing or something, or whatever we're gonna do. So,
Hey, Travers got you with that one.
What's that?
You got that one.
So, have you experienced paranormal stuff?
No.
No?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, skeptic? That's alright. You don't get spooked easy, I imagine, do you? Okay.
No, not really.
If something scares them at your place, I'm you know.
Yeah.
So, alright, cool.
Okay. So it's been a while. I know you recognize some of us here.
Yeah, it's still cycling. It's just spitting out common words. A couple of them have been rather ironic with what was being talked about. So.
Okay. So we're just coming back because we're just checking out the energies. It's been a little while, like I said, and we're making sure that there's not anything that is unwanted here, or something that is foreign, or something that doesn't belong or has been brought in.
Is there a message you need to tell me? No, anything.
You sound like a yip or yes or anything.
Is this the uncle?
Did you ask him?
Is this the uncle?
Say his name.
Is this Uncle Johnny?
I wish any of us that were here could recognize, who knew him, or could recognize his voice. Because we've had the same man's voice come through now. Very deep.
It wouldn't have been someone that followed us home from Step Cemetery, would it, the last time we were here?
Go ahead and ask. Julie has a question next, so I appreciate any of you who want to help. Go ahead.
Did you follow us home from Step Cemetery the last time? Did you connect with my husband, Mike?
Yeah, it's very faint female.
Is he here right now?
Would you like to talk to my husband?
That one had a southern accent. It was like place you please, but how about that initial man that was here? Do you still have that message for us? Can you talk to us if there's something that concerns you? Hi.
Mike in school?
He knew, or something.
So yeah, we're on track. It was
that same man's voice.
Yeah.
Did you say Steven?
I didn't hear it clear enough. Is there anyone that comes to mind that you think of it?
I got to name my cousin Randy.
Randy?
That's where we're fitting birthday.
And you guys were like best friends.
We lived together. I met you guys' house. Is that you, Randy? I miss you.
Definitely getting that there's more of a family protection going on. This family really looks out for each other even through the generations. Family-owned property, multiple houses that were all owned by the family. So they're all grouped together and looking out for each other. So it kind of makes sense. When you go into a place, not only do you have what's in the house, but sometimes us bring our own things with us. So some of us
That was a kid. Holy.
So some of us will have things that follow us around, like what Chip was talking about, the hitchhikers.
Yeah.
Followers, so to speak. And some have more than one. And that's why we're still kind of in the introduction stages here before we try to move much further with just one or the other here, because we're trying to still establish if there's a message that might have, if it's somebody or somebody's guide, because to me, spiritual is kind of what's coming off as. But if it's connection to Dan, if it's connection to him, or her, to, you know what I mean? Because we do have new folks here, new energies in the house. We're trying to kind of sort them out. And to play it safe, it's best to not just immediately jump on the bandwagon with the first voice that comes through, because it might be misleading. It's the version I think I've done it here before, where my hands up and then I clear out my mind. Anything that comes in, I'll just say it out.
Crash.
What did it say?
Crash.
Crash. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting car wreck. Bad car wreck.
That was a real.
The car I'm getting itself though had some brown tied to it. It's an older model though. Not like a new vehicle.
Not like a train.
I'm trying to see if I'm trying to get era information. Can you give me clothing? A year. I'm gonna ask this in this normal state first. Is this a live by my example warning? Trying hard though, because we live so far away, so I'm just like, let's get this right. Can use that device, or you can throw a thought into my head, but that's all that I'm allowing.
You and Grandma Mary?
Faint, yeah. Very faint.
You looking out for us, Grandma?
She loves you.
I'm really overwhelmed right now.
She said she loves you.
I love you, Grandma. Miss you. You like where we fixed your house, Grandma?
So, and I'm getting chills a little bit. Is there something that would make you completely happy or happier?
You get that too.
Huh?
You get that too. I keep hearing choices.
Yeah. And I'm getting basically, she loves you no matter what, and there's choices that have been made. She's not, you know, she wouldn't agree with, but there's still that human aspect here
Mistakes are made. Everyone makes them. Nobody's perfect. I love you.
Has Mike made some bad choices?
Part of why we're here is it you that's caused a little bit of the energy because it's your anger or upsetness or anxiety going up since we've last been here. And you need to get this off your chest. Yep.
Well, we have a brown Oldsmobile.
What?
So we have like an old brown Oldsmobile up in the garage, or up in the...
Oh, you have something like that here?
Yeah, an old, yeah. It's like an 80s Oldsmobile square body, like boxy.
They have a car that we have to go see.
Okay. Because I keep seeing this front that's just kind of really boxy.
But I'm not getting anything, at least right now, negative tied to that night at the cemetery. I think whatever is there is kind of... It had affected you, but it wasn't something that...
I'll follow.
Right. So we need to go out and examine the automobiles.
Actually. That was a nice little 3-syllable word.
Like, actually, we need to go do it, not talk about it anymore?
Right. Sarcasm.
This, who she is a very, like, just do it, go get her.
You know, bam.
Now that's another personality. I mean, that you can get some stuff off of that. Is that kind of personality, that sarcasm, that kind of humor, if you will, come through and connect with you. Yeah. It's the emotional balance chakra table, so it's going to help and enhance any unbalanced emotions, and no matter what they are. So, ready for the spray as a protection spray. It's like what Jess had said, it feels like a, yep, it'll work like that, and it'll feel like a blanket coming over you. Never too late to make the right decisions, never too late to fully understand, and you still love no matter what, but it's not too late to make a necessary change that is needed to come out on top once you come through this tunnel. That's for you, Mike. A church indicator, I think.
We got done with the cleansings. He was very open and receptive to it.
How you feel, brother?
really sleepy. Feels like home for me.
They took us out on a little walk of the property as well. A couple of the things that came through on visions was again validated. There was an old car out in the garage that we were picking up, this brown automobile.
It's my grandparents' house. Built, I don't know when. Long
Was it
ago.
built before yours?
After.
Do you think that one's haunted too?
Maybe.
Have they said anything? Did they say anything?
I've seen stuff in there when I was younger. I saw like a man dressed like in a black trench coat with like an older man looking in the hallway.
Oh, memories. My first case here back in 2010. Standing right here. We were looking over there at that, I think on that very table, and we pulled out pictures. And that's how we matched what I'd seen in Jesse's house to be an apparition of the grandma.
There's a box, yeah. And this is what I was seeing. I was seeing the back, not the front.
We were saying you look like a natural to me.
I can hear you.
In there, focus.
Long time no see.
It has been. You're doing good, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're just out here seeing the mini horse, and Julie's be behind us. This is Jarrett.
Hi.
Howdy, howdy.
Good to meet you.
You too, sir.
How have you been?
Not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm 78 years old and I get out here and work every day.
Yeah.
Most people my age is already planted.
Right.
They're in a nursing home.
Let alone not even driving anymore.
Larry says, "You want to see our fish?" He'd gone out and caught channel cats, and he has them in this aerated pond.
I'll get feed out in the barn here and then we'll go out there. You don't see any fish anywhere now. Now watch. Now watch. How would you like to go fishing in there?
Reminds me of my frog.
I like to say it, I don't do nothing with them. Everybody always say, why don't you take some of them out and eat? No, I don't. I just like watching it.
And it's just neat to watch all the ripples happen and all the energy of life going on in that pond. So that was kind of a neat experience. Most of the people there have never seen anything like that.
Look at that. Oops. You pick them up like this, so then that way when they pee, because it's their defense mechanism, they don't pee on you.
You don't get them warts, like they said.
And that's a myth. The warts don't happen.
Your pocket toad?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, thanks for having us back again and hosting us as we took this one to Mid-South, his first conference.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Learned some things and...
Yeah, it's kind of cool meeting, was it Chris guy that stayed in Amityville Horror?
Amityville Horror, yeah.
Yeah, Chris Lutz.
Yeah.
Actually going back to the first case for Endeavors, coming back 7 years later and doing it again and going on. I really enjoy multiple investigations at one point, at one place.
I tell you what, I forgot to say this. Last year about this time, August or so, okay, I was going to church with Mike's mom and dad down to Owensburg, and I slipped on moss down in the driveway and fell. Now, okay, my knees are in bad shape. My back, I was scared to death I had hurt it or broke something. Some guy in a white vehicle pulled up in our drive. Never seen him before in our life. I've never seen him go down our road ever. Got out and helped me up. And I swear the next morning I was afraid I wouldn't be able to go to work. I came in, changed clothes, went to church, and my back never bothered me. Never seen the person drive past here, because I always look for that vehicle thinking, I wonder, you know, if this
White pickup.
This small white pickup pulled up in the drive and helped me out.
Okay, there you go. Okay, that actually fits the story of spirit guides.
Yeah.
They always show up in a white truck. There's thousands of stories of it showing up in a white pickup.
And I swear he helped me up and asked me if I was okay, and I'm like, I kind of hobbled. I came back in the house, changed clothes, and still went to church.
His name is Scott. I mean, that would be interesting.
I just thought, I don't know why that came to me, but I just thought.
I'm glad you remembered that. That's good.
I appreciate it again. Thank you. Appreciate you getting safe, man.
Nice to see you again, man. Hopefully sometime you're visiting me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Alright, so thanks for everyone coming out. So we have our two newer members. She did her shadow case last case, so she's doing this one first as a full-fledged team member now. So first son, mom team or participants I've had, so that'll be kind of nice.
Super stoked. This is my mom's second case now. She got through her shadow. And we've got a newbie, Sedona. Loving her energies. Ran into her at the Dallas County presentation that we did.
I believe our crew tonight is a little bigger, and I think it will work out just fine. And I'm excited, real excited to see what happens.
Before we get into this too, tonight we're going to have something different and unique. At SilCon, which we went to recently, we came across our fellow investigators, and they were thinking, outside the box, kind of trying to be have innovation. And they had only like 3 or 4.
There was 3 of them made, and we got number 1.
Okay. We got number 1.
We got number 1.
So its prototype, of course, is not really out there yet, marketed or anything. But this is kind of the testing phases.
LCD. It's got the little joystick, because each of these are programmable. You can program it for tone, for volume, and for frequency. Calibrates. So what it's doing is, right there is the resting area. So when
I'm sorry, Dave, I can't allow that.
Oh my gosh. That can be programmed to anything. This one here just says ready. That one there, my husband has a sense of humor, so.
I like him already.
We've got selenite crystal. We've got, these are brass pendulums. These are copper pendulums. These are wrapped in copper. These are also wrapped in copper. We got big chains and stuff. Just trying to marry old school with new school. And we have a website. It's kpe.com. Our name is K Paranormal Engineering, but Sedona is kpe.com.
We'll put it on there too, but here you go, just a little bit. See that?
You'll be able to purchase it online at our website at the end of September.
Thank you.
Definitely. So for tonight, then, it's going to be another unique location. This case is at an opera house. It's in one of the antique cities of of Iowa, Walnut.
Walnut.
So we love our unique locations, keep things kind of diverse and not just all residential homes.
So I'm excited. This is my first case in a while, so I'm really excited to get going again with Paranormal Endeavors. We are going to a location that has not been endeavored yet.
Crystal is her first case now, and we got Sedona. She's starting out with us, and she's just a fun person. So can't wait to work with her.
Hi, my name is Sedona. I am super excited to be here. Very honored to be able to be a part of this group. I recently completed some of my training. This will be my first time shadow casing. I'm really excited. I just got to find out what the location was. I'm incredibly intrigued because I am a singer and a performer in my other hobbies, and music is a huge passion for me.
They hadn't moved in yet when I talked to them. They owned it only for a couple of days. August 15th is when they moved in. Found out that the Opera House was built in 1899. And what they're doing is they're turning it into an antique store, and then they're going to have like maybe live on one floor and maybe have like parties or venue on the second floor. And so, and they said that they might even make it into a loft apartment for the second floor. But
today will be Sedona's first. That will be her shadow case tonight, so I'm super excited to see how she does. We actually met her at a lecture we gave a while back.
This is the first, actually, since the ownership, at least, that I know of, that a team has gone in there. Now, in the past, has anyone investigated? We don't know.
When she passes, going up the staircase, and when she passes the landing on the second floor, she gets goosebumps. And she feels like someone's watching her. Second floor seems to be the most active. So you get more ear sounds from there and all that. And the husband does hear sounds up on the third floor, and that's where they live on.
Mom was saying she was getting an old guy with a cane. Kind of general.
Guy with a cane.
Okay.
I'm just right here. Is it on the side?
Yeah.
Okay. I've just been trying to soak in the experience and observe at this point, so I haven't sensed anything myself yet.
Hey, how are you? Eric, Paranormal Endeavors.
Joe. And Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hello.
Hi, Mary, your case manager.
Hello.
Hi. Jackie, your senior field researcher. Evidence analyst, Jarrett. Crystal, field researcher. And case manager assistant. And Sedona, our newbie field researcher. All right, so can you tell us a little bit the history? Like, you guys just moved in?
Yeah, we bought it about a month ago, and it was built in 1899.
It was built as an opera house, and throughout the years it has changed hands. It's been a speakeasy, it's been a country and western bar.
And right about here is where the floor would have, started sloping down towards the stage back that way.
I had all the doors open, and I was standing out the back door, right back here. I had it open, had all this open. I was back just right outside this back door, and I was painting, and I had all this open. He was working on the second floor and on the third floor. He wasn't down, Joe wasn't down here very much. What I kept on hearing, and it was really loud and weird, and at first I thought it was him, because at the time the whole first floor here was covered in boxes. We had a bunch of boxes. We were unpacking still. And we were hearing, or what I was hearing, was it sounded like somebody was like rummaging through the boxes, like with paper, like there would have been paper in there. But here's the problem. Not a lot of our stuff was wrapped in paper. It was mostly in bubble wrap. But it sounded like, you know. Did you want to tell them about the tunnels?
Well, supposedly there's a crawl space. It's fairly deep.
I was drawn while you were talking. I was drawn over here.
So I stood here.
I haven't ventured into it. I lifted it up and poked my head in there when we first bought it.
Went through the initial walkthrough, and I was drawn immediately to a floor area in the back of the Opera House. And then Joe and Steph brought it up that there was tunnels underneath there.
The first floor, there's a tunnel that goes from one building to the next. And as we were discussing it with Steph and Joe, I got this real urgency of back in the slave trade area, thinking maybe it might be an underground tunnel for slaves. And then I got a chill.
Got little senses, but nothing too big or anything, but it'll be nice to see where the night goes.
He just sat down there. He's like, there's a bunch of cobwebs, and I'm like, okay, I don't.
Yeah, that's about as far as we've ventured down into the abyss down below.
There was this tunnel that was very fascinating to several of us, and so our attention was drawn to it. Of course, the topic came up of we should send someone down there. I had the idea because we had a 4th DVR camera that didn't really have another place yet, so I volunteered to go down and kind of voluntold Jackie, but she wanted to anyway too.
Speakeasy. Yeah, that's kind of like thinking. Yeah.
Right. Well, supposedly the speakeasy had an exit on the 3rd floor that went into the bank building next door. So you know when feds would come to bust them, they would escape through the bank.
Up on the 3rd, going to the.
A lot of anxiety. We have getting this rush, like an immediate rush to go and run.
Yeah, but I was like,
try not to get into spiritual too much yet.
Right. Because what we do, basically we start out with the science only, try to do the science stuff, 2 or 3 sessions of that, and then at the end of the night we save it for our senses just to open up.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was getting that heart racing like a rabbit, like there's an anxiety rush to get up the stairs. So.
Setup went really well, went really quickly. We made our time quota that we were wanting, so that was really awesome.
It doesn't have to go all the way.
If it had this on it, you can tighten this more to it.
Comes ready.
Okay. So that one doesn't have one. We decided to take a little gander in the tunnel, which leads under the actual building itself.
Very fascinating tunnel. We kind of went to a certain stopping spot of that tunnel because then we'd risk going into, if it continues like they say it does, risk crossing over into someone else's territory.
You braving it, girl?
Yeah, it deserves a freaking cookie after this.
Yeah.
There's like bottles of alcohol.
Oh yeah, old bottles of alcohol.
Okay, I feel a little bit better since I've been on her, but...
Look at that crawl space.
Oh, go back.
Go back just a second. I'm gonna flip it through the other side of this thing. There we go. Let's go on this side.
The one over here, it still goes back, but there's like an instant wall, like literally 5 feet in front of us, so he can't see as well. Unless we go in there.
I will if you will. Let's do it.
Okay.
We've gotten this far. If we're gonna get eaten, might as well do it going on in style.
Alright, we're gonna go forward a little bit to explore to see what's behind that wall, Jarrett. So you guys watching, make sure DVR is recording. It is, but just make sure there's no problems. Look it. It's a tunnel. I mean, they're talking about a tunnel. It's a tunnel.
Wow, that would definitely justify, like, verify what...
They're verifying exactly what we were told. That's definitely the tunnel. It's got to go under the street.
And that was scary. Not gonna lie. It was exciting, but it was kind of one of those, like, ugh, scary. Because we're right here is
This is all underneath the building. You see each of these newer wooden areas.
Yeah.
But beyond that, the front of the building's gonna be over there, and beyond that, I don't know where it goes. We need audio down here.
What
do we want to?
Do we want the camera just here now? It might be actually a good idea.
Dude, they've got the old lighting system right here.
The old what?
That black cord.
Yeah.
There's actual like pieces, like where the light bulb would have screwed in. Ew. Ugh.
Alright, well it's an amazing place. I definitely know we got ideas for camera setup where we're going to be putting some of our pods and some of that stuff, which we'll talk about more if you're not familiar. Any thoughts for now? Just kind of ready to just get into it?
Yeah,
okay.
definitely.
Okay.
Already starting to pick up some on some of the ones that are here, so let's get set up and while they're active.
Yeah, hopefully we get set up in decent time. If everyone chips in, we'll get going our first session. So thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks.
Well, the first session, I was just sitting watching the monitors.
Alright, so the first session was pleasant. It was very nice. We were getting some interaction.
Crystal and Eric on the second level. And in the background, the floors are paper thin. You can kind of hear the first group. Jarrett, Jackie, and Sedona. It's our prototype that we are working with. We'll see if it makes any noise or not. It's still set up. I'm just going to test this real quick. So, still working. If there's anybody in here, you can play with that. Make some music for us if you want.
We'd like you to try our new toy that we've got here, and we'd like you to make it sing. It makes pretty music. I know you're here because I can feel you. Don't be afraid, don't be shy. We're not here to hurt you. We're only here to get to know you better. We mean you no harm.
Give us an ectoplasmic fog, even. That would be cool too. Or possibly some kind of a weird, strange light, like we possibly have going on in the tunnels down underneath. I've gotten chills, so if that's you doing it to me, could you maybe move in a little bit closer to this direction here and make a sound from this thing, make a musical note?
Took a second, but we were feeling the chills and things like that, and then we had some stray EMF hits. The new Dandy device that we're experimenting with didn't have a whole lot going on with it. It was swing just a little bit, ever so much, but not enough to go, oh wow.
Is there a Samuel? Okay. Sam or Samuel? Does that have a connection to you somehow?
Did Samuel strike a chord with you?
Chills.
Did Samuel strike a chord with you?
It'll allow you to actually talk and speak through it. If you have something to say, if you're a man or if you're a child. Yeah. Oh. How many of you are up here with us? I'm going to count. Could you give us an interaction with any of this equipment if I'm right? Is there one of you? Is there two of you up here? Is there three of you up here? Three of you? Thank you.
Is it George and Tom
And Samuel?
and Sam? Yep, he said yep.
Nice.
Thank you. We got it.
This is the communication we're trying to do.
I got chills.
We're trying to establish that communication, and this is how we're trying to do it. Because if you're trying to talk normal, we might not always be able to hear you now. So did you guys know each other back, many years ago?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
The vibe that they were protecting someone, possibly organized crime and boss, that kind of thing. So working with that, we hope to kind of give the other team a look, just enough without giving it away.
Let me toss out some years and see if there's something that stands out to you. 1913. For audio rules, 1914.
19 something.
I'm close. 1913. I'm gonna back it a little bit. I'm gonna go by decades again. 1930s.
Right.
We're in the 1930s. Are you of the 1940s?
Close. 39?
I kind of think I might have had a past life around that time frame of the early 1900s, 1920s, 30s, that era. Are you familiar, whether it be Samuel, Thomas, or George, were you guys familiar with the tunnels? Were you guys in those tunnels? Did you have to escape through those tunnels?
I'm getting a sense you were protecting. You were running and hiding for something.
You're right.
Holy.
It's all legal now.
Oh, I heard a yes. Did you hear that? Is there a Sully here?
It's nice working with Crystal. It's just me and her, and now I think we're gonna mix teams a little bit, and I think possibly Jackie, Crystal, and me then are gonna go to the first floor.
First session this evening, I was with Jackie and Sedona, and we were on the first floor. Trying out the new box that Cult Rider had built for me, David Cultrider. Not getting much interaction with it. They literally no words coming across it at all, which that is strange. There should at least be a random. Now, David Cultrider built these boxes to filter out all the crap that comes through the SB7s and the SB11s. All the static and the clicks and the stuff that happens on those. They tend to mess with some of us psychics and some of us sensitives. My mom has a real hard problem with the SB7. If you'd like to say hi, just pop on through here and you can say hi through the box.
Is there anybody in that back room where that tunnel entrance is at?
When you're in complete dark, make sure to announce to everybody you're doing flash.
Okay, sorry.
That way nobody gets blinded.
Can you come up and make that K2 go off for us, or play with the lights again?
Alright. We're going to go old school on it. Let's just go Class A EVPs. What's your name? Introduce yourself, please. My name's Jarrett. This is Jackie.
I'm Sedona.
Sedona had a feeling that she needed to step out, which is good.
We were in the back room just above the tunnel area. And I was filming and did have my back up against the wall, but I could just really sense something behind me, and I suddenly needed to, had the urge and desire that I needed to leave the room.
When you get that feeling to leave, is know that you go, okay, I need to step out a little bit, let everybody know, and take a step out. You're afraid?
Yeah, I was just starting to feel that and was about to actually tap out and go upstairs for a minute.
You were?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I want to be out of here for a minute. Yep.
Do you need somebody to go with you, or are you okay?
I'm cool to go up the stairs. I just want to make sure I grab whatever. Yeah.
So you got an idea on things that we do not want. 21 for again. Okay.
Part of something illegal that happened here?
Roll call. Massive show. Not for years.
So exciting and pure.
Tell us a little more about it. We're really intrigued about that 20s era of Prohibition. Downstairs.
There's some bottles downstairs.
Alright, second floor team to other team.
How you guys doing? Are you ready to take a break or do an intermission?
Yeah.
Just kind of interested in watching everyone kind of move around, kind of wondering what's going on down there, what's going on. We can't hear anything. So, yeah,
good times.
The cameras, there's just been
We had a nice healthy conversation.
Did you?
Yeah, we'll talk about it in our green screen. Yeah, we'll talk about it in our green screen.
That's we're looking forward to.
Kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
my box was
but,
quiet.
you know.
So we went to solid EVP, just shut everything down.
We had.
And then I turned on the Banshee. Sedona left. She just felt like she needed to
I
step
needed to
out.
leave.
So she did, and that's when it started talking.
1:17 a.m. Now it's technically September 24th, 2017.
Alright, so our second session went really well. I was back on floor 1, which was pretty fun. Initially when we first got in there, it was pretty quiet, but then Eric started playing the piano, started getting more activity.
Second session, I was on the first floor with Eric and Jackie.
Put this right here, just watch for the lights
I will.
blinking. Want me to play the piano?
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Still want me to play something on it? It's out of tune.
Felt like something on my leg.
You rubbing against Jackie's leg? Is that a yes? It's so horrible. Why was it just kicking in? And of course, seen a piano, and I just had to jump at the opportunity. Any interest in that? Was it horrible because the piano's out of tune? I don't know if I can work in these conditions. Just this one's so out of tune, I can't.
Nice. I heard nice again.
I'm trying to think, because that song would have been around your era.
I'm gonna set the squeegee right over here.
Nope.
Nope.
No? Okay. Alright, I'll set it there. Do you want to set it over here? Is it okay if I set it right here on these books?
We're interested in you. How sweet. How sweet.
How
yeah.
What's
How
that?
sweet.
Entering the second floor for the second session with Jared.
Sedona, Jared and I on the second floor, and we weren't really getting much.
We were really excited because they had gotten so much activity right before that, and it was pretty much dead silence for most of it.
I hate this camera.
I think it's when the RF tends to cross over the lens.
Yeah, you gotta
So
make sure that this
keep
stays
that-
here.
Yep.
No, you gotta make
I
sure.
know.
Keep that off, Mary.
Yeah.
This has to stay to the side. So this is going to be somewhat closed.
Okay.
This cannot go in front of the.
Yeah, I know. It's been a couple of times I figured it out.
You turn the lights off completely.
I did.
Yep.
Oh.
There's not even an RL light on. That would help.
Well.
So we've been filming in the dark with no light on.
No, I just think I just turned it off.
This is why Mary is not supposed to film.
That's why I hate the camera.
Well, I'm sorry, I'll take it off.
No, it's all right. It's all there.
Yeah, it is.
That's what it's doing.
Yeah. It's more interested in him than any of us. It wants nothing to do with me.
Nope. It's not even up here.
Nope.
Even when you don't feel them, there may be 100 around you. It's just whether or not they allow you to be felt, and which ones are prominent, which ones are the dominant personalities. Those are the ones that come out a little more than some of the more minor ones. The minor personalities, a lot of times you won't even know they're there. They won't even allow themselves to be noticed. Looking forward to the spiritual session myself. I've been getting the feeling that the things that are here doesn't want us all split up. It would rather us all be in one place. I'm going to step out, see if you girls get anything.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity.
All right.
I gotta go.
I love music, and I enjoy that they're playing and filling this hall full of music, because you know that's the goal of this place. From upstairs having the historic recording studios up here, I can only imagine. I've been wanting to like break out in a song the whole time. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you. So, Mary and Sedona leaving the second floor after the second session.
Hello, we're back.
Is there anybody in here? But we get that you're protecting someone, possibly a boss, or someone who told you guys what to do. You might have been on their payroll.
Is my old gentleman up here with a cane?
Yeah, Jared's right there.
Touche.
You seem very fascinating gentlemen. I know you don't want to talk to a woman because back in those days that was unkosher. I know you don't want to talk to a woman because back in those days that was unkosher.
Noise. Oh Lord, it's shaking.
For audio, listen back. I thought I heard.
No, it's not. The one on the right side right now is moving. Is incredibly moving.
I heard breathy sound just before I said that for audio. Check back.
Carl, I know you're here, hon. Can you come here and make this box move? I know earlier you were messing with your fiddle because I could hear it go ting ting ting.
Yep.
And I wasn't imagining it because I could hear your music. I love music. Music soothes the soul. Are you an outlaw?
Humanovulus in the moment, but
Are you a sheriff?
the image I got was just a bright, sunny day, but it was in the mountains. The mountains were on the horizon, so it wasn't Iowa, so it's a different place, different location. I seen a vest, like you wore one. Maybe that was another connection that we have, because I love vests and I'm a vest guy myself. And then Stagecoach came in there somehow, and I seen images of one, but then also the impressions of stopping at Stagecoaches. Yeah, we played for you, so Carl, if you're here, play for us.
We'd like to hear your fiddle.
I would love to hear you play your violin.
Back to the question, if something belongs to you here, then doesn't it? And the last hunch I was going to ask, you know what I'm going to say. Yeah. There's something in the tunnels, something below, belong to you.
It's time to get in the tunnel.
Do we need
Thing's
to go back
going.
down there?
The thing's going again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the spiritual definitely went a lot better than the scientific did throughout the night, just on some of the answers.
Our spiritual walkthrough was really unique tonight. I think we ran across some other characters that we did not meet the first time on the second floor or the first floor.
Some drowsiness coming on, some nausea coming on, and could feel a buildup happening, so to speak, and knew it was time for me to gracefully step out again once they went to move down to the tunnel, and I knew that I wasn't in a state for that.
We started getting some vibes and different things, and some of the instruments were agreeing with it, that there was something of a criminal activity that happened here, or possibly some gentleman might have been murdered here. Again, without historic background, we don't know for sure.
Is your body in the tunnel?
Yeah, that would be Is your body down there? Did you pass away, or did they dispose of your body in the tunnel? That would explain why you're not at rest, if that is.
Were you the one in the picture earlier? When I went into the tunnel, were you behind me?
Yeah, did you show up as that strange light, kind of a foggy light area that looked like it was rays of light beaming down like a window that doesn't exist now in the tunnel?
I'm picking up on something happened down there.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not any of those guys. Sully comes out real strong, but I don't think it's Sully.
No.
Sully might be involved in it, though.
What I'm seeing, correct me if this is wrong, but what I'm seeing is they were trying to get away.
They're running.
Like they were,
Because that's what we got earlier. Because they were running.
trying to get away.
Yeah.
Somebody who was not being named yet
Yeah.
got caught in a crossfire or caught like
Yeah.
he died.
So the ones that we picked up on might have been the assailants responsible.
That could be. They were chasing them.
Thomas, I got chills.
Yeah. Thomas, George, and Samuel were probably chasing this gentleman.
It felt like
It's not Cara. Oh, I got chills too. Oh God, I got chills.
Got chills, yeah.
Were you a bootlegger?
Over here stood on up and I got Frank.
Frank is in the deceased. Are you Frank?
Yeah.
Is your body down there, Frank?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you in the bootlegger gang, or did you rob the bank?
Yes.
Yep.
It was a tough life to be in. Yes.
Oh yeah.
That was a strong yes.
Did you die in that tunnel?
Chills.
Like over here where that bump up is?
Yeah.
That might be why I felt really interested.
Yeah.
And that probably was him that you saw,
Yeah,
or
it
the
wasn't
light.
a fun place to be in, that's for sure.
My heart is racing right now.
I know. It's not a fun place to be trapped in. Dude.
I think we've hit it. I
do
really
too.
I think we.
It's so like
Because I'm gonna,
unproven though. If we go down there though and we find bones or something, of course we'll need to do something. But
Yeah, I can get Underground Railroad. I got more.
Are you wearing a hat?
That's what I was getting. I'm actually getting a redhead with a beard.
Yeah.
With a fedora. But it's not a fedora. It's similar to it. It's
a bowler hat?
No, not a bowler. It's
Well,
more like Indiana Jones style.
like back in the 30s.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a 30s
That was
outfit.
the whole theme that
Yeah.
seemed to be overlying everything else.
Do you have a friend that was with you? Were there two? Oh yeah, there was two of them.
Did one die or did both of you pass away? Both of you get killed down there?
Both did.
Yeah, I'm getting
Both
chills
did.
again too.
Hurt real strong. It's cold in here. Yep.
Yep.
I
Your
was-
temperature gauge is changing on your outlook.
So warm.
Yep.
Were you caught in a situation that you didn't want to be involved in the end?
And I'm getting some lady you called Snake Eyes. She had one eye that was just off. Darker hair, a little more greasy.
Eric and I went back down into the tunnel area.
I mean, there's charred. See, I mean, it looks like there's ashes. Fire of some kind. We're not going to guarantee we're going to find anything today. You might be buried. You might be under the debris. We need to have enough evidence to warrant such actions, and I'm not sure we do. I mean, for now, we might have EVPs and different things later, but for here and now, I don't have much.
But we did end up doing a prayer, so that was pretty fun to help with and experience.
Just said a little prayer. It's not going to hurt anything. And just kind of call on the angels to kind of help any souls that could potentially be lost there. The angels will know better than us of what is needed. We do pray that those restless souls that are amongst us down here, those who maybe not at peace because of the way it ended for them in this realm, for those who might be lost, concerned, dazed, unsure of where to go, call on God, that aren't really meant to be down here, but they ended up down here. We call upon the angels to watch over
and hopefully bring some peace. God's heart is warm. You're not forgotten about, even if you felt that you are. We just hope the angels can watch over this area and any bodies that are left around here to have some final peace. And they can finally come to a state of rest or get the help that is truly needed. Amen.
Unfinished business, some crossing overs that may need to be done, but we just don't have the time to do it, and it's not an emergency case, so nobody's being hurt.
I am hoping that we do come back. There's still a lot that needs to be done, in my opinion. So.
Jared said we have some probably unfinished business to do, but we got to the root of the problem, at least.
So we can come back, help the spirits that want to cross can cross.
Definitely need to come back and do something. I did get some confirmations on some stuff that I was feeling, and it was the spiritual was quite different than the other 2 sessions.
I think the newbie did fantastic. She did not run away. She did not scream or like wet her pants. Wet her pants.
I screamed what?
Or shit her pants.
Hello. Hey guys.
How are you?
I'm
sorry.
So usually what we'll do here is show you our findings on it. It'll be a flash drive, and it'll actually be a duplicate copy of the flash drive that you guys will just have too.
Oh,
so we'll
okay,
be flash drive
awesome.
with it too.
Great.
I guess since we've left, as it's kind of booting up, any experiences that stand out you've had, any new things that probably no?
There was one day I was actually on the 3rd floor. I was on the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there was a big, I don't want to say it was a boom, but it kind of was a boom.
Yeah.
Because I felt it with my feet. I mean, I heard it, but what was more like bothersome was that I felt it on my feet.
Yeah.
So I was like, did I wake you up right away? Or
Yeah, and I went down to the 2nd floor to see if like something had fallen over.
Well, first you said it was the cats. I'm like, no, I felt it on my feet.
I was glad to have them reinforced by those audio files. That was pretty impressive.
2 hours, 32 minutes, SB7, 3 of us.
Is there 3 of you up here? 3 of you? Thank you.
Sometimes I think you're a little bit crazy. And they just kind of validated the fact that you're not as crazy as I thought.
Okay, thank you. You're very kind.
So it's like trying to get away or set up or something like that.
In the tunnel,
But that's the only, that's the only sad thing of it.
Yeah, but if you ever did find something like that, you'd really have to.
You would have to, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I would be fine with that, but I'm just saying, if you're bored sometimes.
Well, I think
it would be.
It seems like you're kind of a busy man.
Yeah, because it's probably not very deep, because it's already,
and you
down.
might be at rest.
Well,
too,
right. It would
finding-
normally, naturally, it would bring a final state of peace to those that, and that might be why they're lingering anyway. At least some of them.
I've been a skeptic for forever. I always have an explanation why. I'm becoming a little bit more of a believer.
Awesome.
Well, that's pretty much what we found. So I appreciate you having us back.
Thank you.
Taking the time. Yeah.
Thank you. I think, it totally validates, her talking about the bank, blah, 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 the bank's right there. I don't know, I'm just trying to process it all, so it's awesome. This is great. And I'm glad that it's not overly active.
Yeah, if anybody wants to come down to Walnut, Iowa, to the Opera House, we have an antique shop here.
It's called Rust.
And we're usually open Wednesday through Sunday from 11 to 4.
So come by stuff.